Hi, I'm Jovita Burchard. I'm married to Ivan Burchard. He gave his testimony a while back. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. I'm going to give you a testimony of my life and how I'm a miracle. I grew up with both parents and two older brothers. I never went to church, and when I did go, I didn't read the Bible, and I really didn't understand. I thought the Bible was only for spiritual leaders, not for ordinary people. I had a tender conscience, and I wanted to be a good girl for my parents. When I turned 16, my dad died of cancer, and I started partying, and I met a boy, and I had a boyfriend, and I started partying and having sex with my boyfriend, but I justified my actions. I thought if I was only sleeping with one guy, and I wasn't drinking really hard alcohol, I was just drinking beer. So I started justifying what I was doing, and my tender conscience was getting harder and harder. I got pregnant with my son when I was very young, and I thought I loved my boyfriend, so we got married. And that marriage didn't last for very long. I ended up being a single mother with a very young child, and I began partying again with my friends. And one of my friends, Cindy, she got saved, and she told me that she did not want to party anymore. She loved the Lord, and she wanted to serve Him, and she didn't want to party with us. She would invite me to Bible studies and to church, and I would never go. After she got saved, I started hanging out with other people, and I had a lot of friends. I had so many friends, but I still felt lonely. I felt like there was something missing in my life, and I didn't know what it was. I would pick up my Bible, and I would start reading it, and I would get scared because I did not want to be a Christian. I wanted to hang on to partying. Even though it didn't bring me any joy, I still wanted to hang on to my friends and to the life that I was living. I didn't want to give that up. A short while later, I met this guy named Ivan, and we moved in together within 3 months of knowing each other, and I got pregnant with my daughter, Ashley. During my pregnancy, I would hang out with my friend Cindy and her husband Sam. They'd come over and they'd share the gospel with me, and they invited me to church, and so I would go, and my friend Cindy was always telling me that she was praying for my salvation, and although I was appreciative, I really didn't know what that meant and if I really wanted to be saved. But I had a desire to know the Lord. I think the Lord was working on my conscience. I was reading my Bible more, and I was having a desire to go to church. And my friend Cindy and Sam, they started a church, so I started going there. It was really small. There was probably about 8 people. I have no idea what the sermon was about. All I remember is the people. There was probably about 8 or 10 of them. They were the nicest people that I had ever met, and they had a genuine care for others, and especially for me. And I remember reading this scripture verse in the Bible. In Matthew, it said to love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. And I knew that I wanted to love the Lord like that. The Lord was impressing upon my heart to love Him like that. And I remember Sam telling me to call out to the Lord and ask Him to reveal that to me. And I did, and the Lord revealed Himself to me. He showed me His love. He gave me joy and peace, and He promised me that He would remember my sins no more. And I'd never experienced joy like that before. He forgave me of the worst sins imaginable. And I love the Lord. He died on the cross for my sins. He paid for the penalty of what I deserve. And I'm so indebted to Him. And I just wanted to tell you, if you're not a believer today and you're hanging on to partying or any kind of sins that's not bringing you joy, I urge you to seek the Lord while he can be found. Seek him today and ask him to save you and ask him to reveal the truth to you. You will never experience more joy with the Lord in your life. So I just urge you to do that. The Lord sought me out, and I am a miracle today, and you can be too.